A few weeks ago, I was talking to a group of students in a coffee shop. It was their first week of studying architecture and they were a bit anxious, so they shared with me their concerns about the bad pay, the sleepless nights, and the time constraints. Negative talk about architecture is literally all over social media, and that's exactly why you need to hear this right now. As an architecture graduate from Sofia, Bulgaria, I want to show you the strong positive sides of the architecture profession without ignoring the negative ones. We will begin with the salary, move on to the skill set, and finish with the duration. Let's begin with the hottest topic, money. Do architects earn a lot of money? Well, that depends. If you own a firm or take huge standalone projects as a freelance architect, like a public building, a park, develop an entire neighborhood, or even an entire city, maybe a concrete monstrosity like a huge skyscraper or even a factory unit, of course you're gonna earn a lot of money from those commissions. But let's be honest, this is for more experienced architects, and only a few get to have such commissions even in a lifetime. What about the average architecture employee? Here's where things start to get a bit more grim. The entry salary for architects who work for a firm is below the average. Even among more experienced architects, salary numbers don't go quite as high. No matter how much you progress, no matter how much experience you have, the boss of the firm naturally takes most of the cash. Which sounds absolutely ridiculous, but bear with me since there are other tools that architecture provides that can earn you money. You can be a freelance architect and go to different firms and take on as many projects as you're capable of. Architecture also offers many different specialties that you can go for. For example, you can work for urbanism, which is city planning, interior design for making beautiful interiors, or you can be in the public sector. The crazy part is architects can also be graphic designers, video editors, painters. But how can architects become so many different specialties? Don't architects just make pretty buildings like those Instagram posts? Well, I'm glad you asked. Architecture is among the most versatile specialties there are. If you're a young person who is still confused about the future and is not sure what to do, architecture is actually a great choice, especially if you have creative endeavors but want to have a stable job no matter what happens. With that being said, what do architects actually do? You learn practical skills like basic engineering principles, what set of materials your building is made of. After honing your skills in construction, you will learn what makes a building look good. For this purpose, you will need to have basic understanding of composition and colors, which will most likely be part of your entry exams anyways too. Your problem-solving skills will be pushed to the limit as you try to figure out where the hell do you want to put the toilet on the floor plan. It's always the toilets that you have no idea where to put. But seriously, architects are the best problem solvers, as designing a building is a small universe of posing challenges like regulations, soil, material, size of the property, construction span between each column, client presentation, tight budget. The set of knowledge required is so large. It is unlikely it will ever be replaced by AI, believe me. And it's very great for people who are curious about the world and want to understand how their urban setting, their building is functioning. It's very eye-opening and is very good for curious, creative people. That being said, learning these skill sets separately and harmonizing them all together does take quite a bit of time. But how much exactly? Well, studying architecture is a responsible job. Nobody wants a collapsing building, so it takes around 5 years to graduate and 2 to 3 years of practice to get a full license. You need to sign for a accredited university program to get a diploma, and for the licensing, you need to work in a licensed firm under the supervision of an architect. You are likely to be paid poorly for the time being, for a beginning, but it's important as you earn a lot in that time. Or you can play a wild card and use your architecture knowledge for whatever you feel like. We only live once, so you can go for it. So, in total, becoming an architect takes almost a decade, but it is really worth it. Here I want to speak from experience because architecture gave me a new eyes to the world. I have basically an X-ray vision. I know what layers of materials the walls of your rooms are, what construction supports your building. Everything around me and everything around you is starting to make sense. Now I understand the city I live in and why it developed in a certain way. I can understand how the hinges of your door are connected and why your bathroom is blue. I would never even imagine I would have such amazing piece of knowledge and how it would change the world for me. To me, this is a blessing, and now every day is a new opportunity to learn something new. I have basically the tools of understanding the world around me, and now the world turned to me as a book where I can read from. So, an architect is a jack of all trades, maybe a master of none, with a low initial salary but extremely high ceiling for money income, both as a firm owner or a freelancer. Architecture is for people who want to be creative like artists, yet have the stability of a regular job. I have majored in interior design since it is a well-paid niche and has more creative than pragmatic work involved. That being said, the first 2 to 3 years are bound to be drafting and creating floor plans and sections. That's alright too. If you want to see how to make amazing interior designs that feel really cozy and warm, you should check out my other video right here.